Please welcome filmmaker Mike Mills to the stage.
Hi. This is so weird to talk to these few people when all of you guys are out there. So I might come around here a fair amount. Ewan and I, about 15 years ago, we made a little film called Beginners, which is much bigger than Star Wars and Moulin Rouge. I'm sure you've all seen it, and that's why you're here today. And looking at that list of people you work with, I'm so honored, my friend, that you asked me to come talk today. I cried when I got the word, because working with Ewan, he played sort of a version of me in this film, and Christopher Plummer played a version of my dad. And Ewan, you wore this jacket of mine in the film. That's right. And it was just, it was the funnest thing in the world, and one of the deeper things in the world. And I had so much like film camaraderie with you, and I'll never ever forget it. First day I worked with Ewan, Christopher Plummer in a hotel room. I'm coming up with some really questionable rehearsal ideas, really woo-woo, improvisatory, just way too weird for Christopher Plummer. He's giving me a look, and he says to me, and looks me in the eye, and he says, "Michael, not all directors need to do this." And that's really scary. I don't know if you guys have met Christopher Plummer. He could be terrifying. Luckily, to his left, 10 feet behind him, is Ewan McGregor. And he's looking at me with this little smile, just like right now, a little mischievous smile. And it's like one of the great moments in Ewan's film. It's like a little subtle moment where he's letting the camera come to him, but it says everything. And he said to me, "Go on, Mike, keep going." And with this little look, he said, "I am a very curious person, and I am freaking game, and I want to do what I've never done before, and I'm up for it." And I feel like that's in all of his performances. You get this sense of someone who's like loves it and is up for it. And it was so inspiring to me, and I'll forever be grateful to Ewan for saving my ass in that moment and saving my film's ass in that moment. Let's go to the end of that film. I'm sorry I have to bring up Christopher Plummer because we were in this very intimate thing together, and trying to think of what to say today, Christopher kept coming to me. Yeah. He's passed away now. He kept coming, and I was like, either Christopher wants to steal the scene from you again, or he just wants to be here and congratulate you. I really felt that. Last day working, his character is going to pass away in this day. He's loving it. He's a king about to die. He loves it. Ewan comes up to me, and he has this look on his face, which he never really had. It's like, "Let's go now." So I scurry the crew away. I turn on the camera. I tell Christopher to die. He dies. I don't know what Ewan's going to do. He runs up to Christopher, throws his arms around him, and starts crying in such a real, deep, authentic way. The whole crew just froze. Tears starting hitting the camera that I was standing by. And something so real, authentic, painful, and just unknown was pouring out of Ewan. And I was like, this is another moment to share with you all. Because not everyone who gets a Hollywood star, who's a big Hollywood actor, is going to make themselves that vulnerable and that real and go to such an authentic place. And not everyone has the talent and the skill and the experience to know how to give it to us, right? To show it to the camera. And he does it in such a light way. He was in such a raw place, but he just knew the camera would find him, the story would find him, and all of us would find this place he's in. And he's carrying these unbearable feelings so that we can bear them. And back to the set, he's still crying on Christopher, and I don't know how to say cut, because he's just like falling through the air in a real moment. And finally, he yells out to me, "Mike!" And I've never felt so close to anyone in my life on set, because he was crying for me, but he was just giving so much to the film and to all of us. I went and I hugged you, and you went off to repair. I went to Christopher, and he had, to be honest, this like snot and tears all over his chest. And he looked kind of like perturbed, and I said, are you okay? And he goes, "Oh, I'm just jealous as hell." Because Christopher kind of couldn't do that in some ways. Christopher couldn't let himself fully go and yet give something that the camera could see and take in. So when I come back and see this Hollywood star walking down the street in my hometown, or when I come show my kid your star, I'm going to get to say, I know him, which is pretty rad, right? And it's so weird that I'm here, let's be honest. And that is not just a star, that's a real man. That is a really good-looking Scottish man who really loves his job. He would say this all the time on the film we're working on. It's just a little film, right? Almost every day, Ewan would go like, I can't cuss. I freaking love my job. I love this. I'm so lucky. And he truly felt that. The crew couldn't wait for him to show up in the morning. We filmed with a dog. The dog couldn't wait for him to show up in the morning. And I feel like you sense that gratitude, this little like fire, flame, energy of gratitude in so many of Ewan's performances. He's lucky to be there. He knows it, and he's eating it up. So I'm lucky I got to work with you. Thank you so much for making that film with me.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. I was lucky. Right.